Welcome to Opinions Like Ales, everybody, your favorite pop culture podcast where we have opinions and most of them stink. My name is Michael Zampino. With me, as always, is Hilton Price.
Ruined by social interaction once again, and sure to spend eternity thinking back on my awkward moments. What happened is there was a garage sale today to benefit Tam Bao Buddhist Temple right here in Tulsa. And as a lapsed Buddhist, I thought the least I could do would be to buy some of their shit. So I went there, and I even got to see an old friend and say hello and wish them well on their fundraising efforts today. But you know what I didn't do, guys? I didn't buy anything.
Oh no.
And I felt bad, but here's the thing: is I am not a newbie, a noob to the garage sale scene. I've been garage sailing since I was but a pup, and I have everything I need outside of maybe a
GS
few
Pro.
obscure Game Boy games. You know, maybe a couple of vinyl records, maybe the picture disc Disney series from the '80s, but that's it. That's all I'm missing. And outside of that, if you don't have it, I don't need it. And so I had to leave empty-handed.
A nice ornate lamp?
Nope, don't need a lamp. Got plenty of lamps.
What if you find a lamp that's better than your current lamp?
You haven't seen how good my fucking lamp is.
Is it a Tiffany?
It's a Tiffany. It's so much
even fancier.
It's got extra letters.
So did they just not
Extra
have anything?
ease.
They just didn't. They had lots of cool stuff. There was, for people who needed office supplies, there was tons of binders and papers and hole punches and those little hole punch fixer things when you accidentally ripped the hole that you punched. And there was, electronics, DVD players, Blu-ray players, TVs, computer screens, boxes of movies and series. But I don't need any of that anymore.
No.
Those needs are currently met for me.
Well, when I think of people who have lots of material items, Buddhists.
Well, listen, new Buddhists. They were Buddhisting. So
New Buddhist
maybe that
Buddhists.
was
they were
like,
transitioning into
Gotcha.
Buddhism.
Yeah. They're giving away
getting
their-
rid of their stuff.
No. Jokes aside, this isn't necessarily give up all your possessions style Buddhism, but it was still a good chance for people to get rid of stuff. And,
New Buddha, who
and I
dis?
couldn't help.
I brought you a gift.
I get a gift. I shouldn't have a gift.
Yeah.
Gifty!
Oh,
Nifty
shalom.
gifty!
It's a stainless steel Star of David. I love it. This is too cool.
Yeah.
This is like kind of a necklace, or in my case, it'll be a whip.
A neckerchief?
But no, this is really cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
This is,
absolutely.
unexpected.
Who gave that to you?
This is our guest this week. Brett and Hannah are back. Hey guys.
Hi.
Yeah. Let's see. You guys, not just podcasting to perfection on the OLA Ministries Network. You also have the How Do You Do podcast.
We do, yeah.
How do you do?
How do I do? I don't have a clue how I do. But, and then, of course, the easily by far second best comedy show in Tulsa, the monthly riff show at Heirloom Rustic Ales. No, I'm kidding. It is an absolutely amazing show.
Thank you.
And it is probably the most popular, one of the best attended, just easily one of the best shows in town. It is so goddamn good.
Well, I appreciate that. I've been leaning into that recently when I pitch it to new comics. I'm like, I have the most popular show in town.
Yeah.
And because I don't think people understand, my show will humble them. I don't want them to think, oh, this is just another show.
No, it's different.
Yeah.
Last time I did it, someone got murdered on a trampoline across the street from the show.
That was
fun.
exciting.
Yeah, which
Lots
is
of
weird.
screaming.
Yeah,
There was lots of screaming.
This is true. Are you talking about a real thing?
Not a real murder, but
Okay.
there were
Real
you know
screaming.
how kids, when they're like having a good time, will sometimes scream like yay, and then sometimes they'll scream as if they have
Bloody
had their
murder.
head ripped off.
There's a distinct volume control problem with children where it just does not function the way it should.
Well, it's also they really don't know the
Or
difference
like the
between
noise.
happy screams and
like
scary
not
screams.
just volume, but the noise. The nature of the sound that comes out of their mouth is unregulated.
Yeah.
for
You're
lack
like,
of a
that
better
was
word.
scary, and I need you to know that.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
having fun right now, but I'm now not having fun.
Yeah, because my response is that of to terror.
Who's bleeding?
Yeah. Who has been injured and fallen off the trampoline?
I think they were responding to us. I think
I
we
love
were
that idea.
broadcasting comedy to the neighborhood, and the whole time before the show, it was like, "Hey, can we shut this door?" And somebody would be like, I kind of like the weather out here, and I'm like, I think we should shut this fucking door.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's about to happen in here.
You don't.
There's like a bat mitzvah across the street or something.
Well, and that's the thing. As comics, we find ourselves working to make people laugh, but it's truly an achievement when you can make them blood-curdling scream.
Yeah.
That's comedy.
That's right.
As far as I'm concerned.
Every joke I write, I'm like, how am I going to get them to scream, baby?
in terror.
I
In
need the scariest
abstract
joke.
I need that
terror.
murder scream, please.
Yeah. Oh, that was the scariest joke I've ever heard.
The joke to make them think these are their final moments. How would you caterwaul onto the universe to let it know your pain?
Dracula walks into a bar.
I'm trying to be different. So in between every bit, I'm going for the kind of existential, the slow burn stuff. Like, hey, so just so you know, kids won't be able to afford college in 20 years. I just want you all to know that.
Yep, you'll never buy a house. Have a good time tonight.
The environmental situation is untenable.
Bleak. There are temperatures on Earth right now that are literally uninhabitable for man. Yeah, did you hear that over in the Middle East they hit 152 degrees? 152 degrees. You cannot live there. You will die.
Yeah.
You
That's,
can't go outside at all.
Yeah, that's literally, hey, sorry kids, can't play outside. You'll die.
You literally cook to death.
Yeah.
I went
That's
to
fucking
Arizona
wild.
as a kid, and I remember them telling us not to go outside because no, you just can't breathe. You will die.
Yeah.
110 for like 2 weeks straight in Phoenix.
Yeah.
God.
It's insane. We're all gonna cook. We're all gonna cook.
And here in Oklahoma, we're seeing it worse every year. I mean, it feels
Yeah.
like we're climbing into the hundreds.
Hotter
more
and hotter
more.
and hotter.
Earlier and earlier.
This year we've had some rain stick around all summer, which has kept it a little bit cooler than usual. But
That's true.
But
It's been annoying.
yeah, it has definitely been annoying. You really don't know how to dress one day to the next.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
for sure. But one thing is that it has kept us from the month-long 100-degree July, which we have often seen in the past.
I mean, yeah, it usually starts July up until August. We'll have a few days in September, maybe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's and it looks like now next week that's going to be moving in. So strap in, Oklahoma summer.
Gross.
No more clothes.
Yes.
So gross.
Naked shows from here on out.
Yep, no more clothes.
God,
guys.
wouldn't it be great if you could just be like, it's an undies only day?
God,
Yes.
I just remembered I did a show last night and I
In your
really
undies?
wanted to suggest that I had fucked on that stage and I forgot to do it.
What
Damn.
stage?
It was the Spotlight Theater.
You fucked on that stage?
No, of course not.
okay.
No, I was backstage. No, and I made that joke. No, but the Spotlight Theater has traditionally been the home of the Drunkard, which is the longest running
Yes.
play in all of
okay.
America.
The Oleo?
The Oleo is a variety show style opening. So the Drunkard and the Oleo, it's kind of a pairing, and they've been doing that since the 1950s. And since the pandemic, they've had some new leadership take over there, and they've been really trying to increase the use of the theater throughout the week. And on Fridays, they now do a variety of different shows, whether it's live music or the showing of a movie. Or last night, a friend of the show, Evan Hughes, hosted a comedy show there.
All right.
Myself, Shauna Blake, Nicolo, and a couple of younger comics, Arthur Dixon, and I forgot his name, but another young guy who were very good. Great show top to bottom, and it was a pleasure to be on that stage again.
Nice.
Arthur's fantastic.
He's great. I first heard him on Riff Show, actually, and
Yeah.
he is just an excellent talent. He's very funny off the cuff, and he's got great material.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
picked him up at Starlight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just came out to the open mic and was like, I can't not book this guy. He's the only British person in the comedy scene. This is going to work well.
Yeah.
He's British?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, he's straight British, right through and through. You know, gets up there with that nice,
Purebred?
that nice beautiful accent and leans
Yeah, and
into
then,
it.
He's a purebred
He
Brit.
knows
And
how
then
fucking
spent
hot it
most of
is.
his life in Ardmore. So
Yeah.
he's like, that was a nice transition.
Yeah, that's got to be a fucking culture shock.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that's every time I meet a British person in Oklahoma, I'm like, how weird was it to come here?
Please, I need to talk to you.
I have questions.
Oh, man. I saw a video recently where they made a bunch of British kids try biscuits and gravy. It was fucking great. It
Man.
was so good. Every one of them to a T was like, "What the fuck? That's disgusting."
Oh, like they can
And then
talk.
I know, like, don't they have similar
But
things?
except for one, every one of them was like, "That's fucking delicious." I was like, "You're goddamn right, it is."
You want to talk gross but delicious? Mushy peas. You want to talk
Delicious.
fucking baked beans for breakfast? Delicious.
Steak and kidney pie.
I'm gonna
Oh,
get an
yeah.
English
They do
breakfast.
beans for breakfast.
Yeah.
I want an English breakfast so bad.
Yeah, oh yeah. They do it. I think they do it sometimes at White Lion. I think they'll
Sometimes?
do breakfast servings.
Okay.
yeah, it's not reliable. I've
No.
been trying to get an English breakfast, full English, mushrooms, tomatoes, everything, and
Oh, wow.
and nobody has it like when I want it.
No.
Yeah.
Now that might be an out of town. You might need to
Yeah.
go to maybe Kansas City's got a place.
Yeah.
Go to Kansas City. You get an English breakfast.
That is a song. That is a song that you
song
sang.
You don't know going to Kansas City?
I don't. Do I? Should I? Does anyone? Is it talking about Kansas or Missouri? Which side of the border is it on?
That's a solid question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that they specify within the song.
And you got
going to
those
Kansas
are.
City.
That's how you get both
the
of them,
Missouri side,
though.
to be specific.
Yeah, because if you make the wrong choice on that, you are in a radically different community.
Yeah, no, I just remember I'm going to Kansas City, here I come.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I remember.
It's like Bixby, Oklahoma. Like you can go to Bixby or you can go to Bixby.
You can go Bixby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bill Bixby.
Yeah, those are both places.
Bill Bixby is a person.
Who gets where he lives?
Oh, shit, that would be rad.
Probably Hollywood. Let's be
Yeah, no,
honest.
no.
Yeah,
Is
he's a famous actor.
he still with us?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It
Bill-
was the
Bill
70s.
Bixby
Cocaine exists.
was already up there in age when he played the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. Man,
I say that he was probably 32, but everybody then looked
Is that
fucking.
a unibrow?
He died
he
30 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
93.
Yeah,
Whoopsie daisy. Sorry, Bill.
I was 13 years old. Yeah, that's something. Amazing. Exactly, I was 14. But either way, he was only 59. He was
Wait,
young.
Oh, no.
his name was Wilfred Bailey Everett Bixby III.
Yes.
If I was a rich man,
Wilfred Bailey Everett Bixby III.
Wilfred, you've got acting classes this afternoon. Be sure to get your.
You're gonna play the Green Man, but before he turns green.
Have you heard of these comic books, Wilfred? I know it's hard to have time for such things amongst your studies.
You get to play the nerd who turns into a big green boy.
Oh shit!
But you don't get to be the green boy. There's another green boy. He's more muscly than you are.
His name is Lewis.
You can never look like
He's Italian and he can't hear.
Yeah, a deaf Italian is upstaging you, Wilfred. Do you hear me, boy? You must act twice as good to
You
compensate.
must act so hard. I'm gonna act so fucking hard.
Who the fuck is Jack Colvin getting billing above Lou Ferrigno?
Right?
Did he also play
Louis Ferriggs.
Hey, he played reporter Jack McGee. No one gives a fuck about Jack McGee.
Jack McGee is the second most important person in the cast.
Who doesn't remember comic book hero Jack McGee?
All the times he saves the day.
Man. Oh, wow. And Lou Ferrigno's still with us.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
God bless him.
yeah.
He's
great.
still
He did.
in his body.
He did. I Love You Man a few years ago. Had that spot in that movie. It was
yeah.
really
He
funny. Yeah. Played himself, and it was really funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that he has pretty much played himself for the last 30 years.
Oh, absolutely. It's hard for him to play anything else.
Yeah, it doesn't-
I don't think he can.
He can't actually act.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
God bless him, though.
Famous for being muscly
Yeah. Muscly and green.
Bodybuilder.
Yeah.
and being willing to let them paint him green every day.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pull up some clips of the Incredible Hulk while we're talking.
Oh hell yeah! Did you ever watch the TV show
I
Incredible
did.
Hulk?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get to?
I've never watched a lot of the Hulk
Like,
stuff,
oh,
really,
oh,
to be
okay.
honest.
When the Ang Lee movie came out, I went
That one was
to
bad.
rent the movie, and they had the TV series next to it, so I picked them both up, and so
TV
dope.
series was better.
So cool.
Hulk escapes the junkyard. Look at him. Look at that little baby Wilfred.
Yeah, Wilfred acting the fuck
Everett
out of that scene.
Bennett the third.
God, you guys, look at the open airplane collar.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
bring that back.
Clothes in the 1970s were an adventure.
Yes.
We don't talk enough about how great the clothes were.
3 open buttons.
I know, like
let's talk about
he
3
committed.
Yeah.
3 open buttons.
Well, and you
Bring
couldn't
that back,
you
please.
couldn't close all of those. That's like if you closed all of those, that would be halfway up his face.
Yeah, no. But it's that third button.
Yeah.
Because 2,
It's that
I do that all the
sexy
time.
third button.
Yeah, the third is the slutty button.
Yeah.
That is because you're showing nip at some point.
That's
at
how you
some
know.
point in the day, you're reaching over for like a Mio, and
you're
you're
showing a
showing
little
somebody
nip.
at the
But you know what you're doing.
in the break room. Someone's seeing your nip.
We don't.
Yeah, but you did it on purpose. Hi,
don't-
can I get this raspberry lemonade from you?
Yeah, that's also we need to bring back raspberry lemonade. Like that's,
for sure.
That's some good stuff. What's
Sounds delicious.
man? Look at that car junkyard there. Oh, and they're gonna fuck up Bill Bixby.
Oh, look at this lady.
Wilfred.
Is that an outfit or a karate gi?
Yeah.
You know,
Both.
this is great
Come
because
on now.
nobody. So if anybody wants to like watch along with us, we're watching a clip from season 1, episode 6 of The Incredible Hulk. Clip is entitled "Hulk Escapes the Junkyard."
Yeah.
Guess what? We haven't seen so far.
Is that Lonnie Anderson?
It is Lonnie Anderson, I do believe.
She's dressed like Ryu from Street Fighter.
a
Yeah,
little bit,
that's
or
the
Ken.
thing.
Ken.
But with
She's
wedges.
just like
She's
Ken.
just like Ken.
She's just like
Ken
Ken.
is the blonde boy.
She's got some really cute wedges on.
With it
Yeah.
She
being
did have some. Yeah.
with it being muted, I feel like her tone is like, let me slip into something comfortable, but then she puts on something so she can do high kicks.
Yeah,
You know what I'm wearing?
she wants to be comfortable doing high
Kimono,
kicks.
dog.
Yeah.
Which honestly, who doesn't want to be comfortable doing high kicks?
When you're doing your high
Yeah,
kicks.
That's key.
What are you wearing? A suit. What am I wearing? A kimono, dog.
All silk.
Also help me be faster when I fight.
Oh, someone just did karate, and she was not the one in the gi. It was filled
Is this
with
like far the
That table just definitely didn't fall apart.
they're like doing
puzzle pieces.
flashbackies. This
Oh,
is the
that's
part
what it
where
is.
she's like pointing the gun at Bill Bixby and be like, "This is all the things you didn't see." I
wanna point out-
it was me the whole time.
I will-
You got honeypotted by my boobies.
I'd like to point out that 2.5 minutes in, as I turn this off, Hulk has not escaped the
No, we
junkyard.
haven't even
Yeah, we could have
seen
fast
Hulk yet.
forwarded.
No, we could not.
No, we could not. No,
That
it
was not a thing.
disabled.
So I'm excited about the Hulk. I'm gonna go back and watch the
I learned
Incredible
something
Hulk.
new about you now.
That's fun stuff.
No.
We did a few trailers today.
We did watch the Marvels.
We did watch the Marvels,
Which I wasn't going to get into, but I got to say the interactions between Brie Larson, Teyonah Parris, and what's
what's
the
her
young girl
name?
playing Kamala Khan? Iman. I'll find her.
Yeah, I was actually more excited about it after I saw the trailer than what I'd been reading about it.
Yeah, Iman Vellani, that's her name. The interaction between the three of them looks super fun, and I like that we've got our villain. I like that we've got a little bit of what the plot is going to be, where they can't use their powers or they trade places.
Yeah.
that's a new one.
So
where
I-
if you use your powers, you trade places with one of the
With
other
another.
ones.
Somebody just yelled string theory in one quick scene in the trailer. And
Really?
Yeah, and that, I mean, technically I get what they're getting at, but it's more of the parent trap to me. That's what I was
Ooh.
picking up.
Yeah, that's the
Haley Mills.
Yeah, well, there's definitely going to be a crossing between silly and
Yeah.
serious here, and I'm down for it personally.
It
Okay.
looks a lot of fun.
Yeah.
to
It
be
does.
honest.
It does. Yeah. I mean, I liked the first one.
Yeah,
was
oh,
it
for
just
sure.
Miss Marvel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Captain
Yeah.
Marvel. Ms. Marvel was the series.
That's yeah.
Oh,
The
that
show
right?
with Iman Vellani.
Okay,
yeah.
that's right. It was called Ms. Marvel.
Ms. Marvel. Yeah, and then Teyonah
So
Parris was on
similar.
WandaVision.
Yeah,
So
oh yeah. Oh, that was such a good show.
it really.
I
was.
couldn't do WandaVision.
Really?
I tried.
Yeah.
that's
Man.
been the most amazing thing to me is how different people's likes and dislikes on Marvel
Yeah.
TV has been. There are no two alike.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like you'll see one of those articles about how Marvel is changing its philosophy, its release strategy for the new year, and comment A will say, "I loved WandaVision and Loki. The rest were mid." Next comment will say, "I thought Hawkeye and Miss Marvel were the best. WandaVision was okay." And next comment will say, "It was all Falcon and the Winter Soldier." They're all different.
Yeah.
It's so wild to me how each of those shows got somebody different. But you know what it reminds me exactly of? Comic books. It's exactly
Yeah,
how
yeah,
it
yeah.
is. You know, there's a couple that everybody likes, but mostly everyone's kind of got their own little wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You know, and isn't it us with TV anyway? We may have one or two shows that the three of us like, or that Zamp, you and I like, or Brett, you and I, but there's not necessarily going to be that we all like the exact same stuff.
Right.
I mean,
and honestly, for the same reasons too. You know?
it's like that with a lot of things too. Like music. Even me and like my punk friends, like I don't like the Misfits. They don't like Bad Religion or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's you're all loving the same genre, but you don't love every single thing in it. And I've always been that weirdo though, where like I like 8 bands, right, in a genre, and then somebody else will go, oh, well, if you like them, you'll really like this, and then I'll be like, nah, I like those other ones. I'm good. I have my ones.
Yeah, I'm good.
I got my ones.
Yeah. But man, I'm excited about the Marvels. I think it'll be fun.
Same.
And then we checked out what was it with Paul Giamatti? The Holdovers.
The Holdovers?
Oh yeah.
That was wild, just because of how much it looked like something we would have watched 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It does. It really got the kind of film grain look down, like the muted colors, all of that made me feel like watching, a movie from when I was a kid.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Was this in the 70s, 80s?
It's set even in one of those decades, if not earlier.
Yeah.
At some kind of boarding school.
Got like outside Providence vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought at first Paul Giamatti is wearing a lot of makeup, but then I'm pretty sure that's just what Paul Giamatti looks like now.
Yeah,
Right?
that's just age.
He's,
That's what that
he's
is.
old.
Yeah, he's an elderly man now.
Yeah, and I mean, he's 56. He's not that old, guys.
He's an elderly man. He is on death's door. That dude is only 56?
Yeah, 56.
He's looked
How old
56
was
since
he? Like,
1992.
the big fat liar or whatever that.
I'm like, he looked 56
Yeah,
then.
see?
That's impossible. Wikipedia's full of shit.
born in 67. Yeah,
Allegedly.
Look at how young he looks there in
He's
2010.
younger than my
Allegedly.
dad. That's weird.
2010. Actually, in this picture, in 2010, if he's 56 now,
He
in
was-
2010 that makes him 43, which is how old I was until a week ago. Mm-hmm. So that's Hilton age Paul Giamatti right there. Look how good he
Well,
looks.
yeah, and as
Look at how
I'm seeing him
perfect
with
his
glasses,
skin looks. Yeah.
he has facial hair just like you as well.
I
Like,
look
I
like
see
the
a similar.
I look like the crypt keeper compared to this man.
He's
No,
covering
no,
a lot with that
no.
beard, though. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, that's why you have beards.
Doesn't have to cover it because he's got talent.
Very true.
But the Holdovers looks good. It started out kind of funny and then got real heartfelt on us.
Yes.
And like quickly, and then it switched back to like bonding, happy, good
Yeah.
feelings. Like I don't know if the show's gonna end like I'm
Yeah, it's
crying
gonna-
or if like
if
I'm
it-
gonna end satisfied.
Both, I think. I think you'll cry. I think you'll laugh. It's got the classic like old mean teacher headmaster thing. Bonds with the unlikely student that's a troublemaker, and then they save each other.
Yep.
Yeah, and because that troublemaker has something in his life. That's
This is the
making
kind of
him
movie
this
that
way.
my mom will fucking love.
Yeah, this,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this
Yeah,
was made for a
definitely.
lot of our moms. Yeah. And our moms love Paul Giamatti. They have since
Moms love Paul Giamatti.
since the wine movie. Yeah.
Sideways did it.
Yep. Yeah.
Sideways did it.
Never saw it.
You never saw Sideways?
No.
Oh, it's all right. It's him and Thomas Hayden Church, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay.
the guy from Wings.
Yep. Yeah.
It's no duets, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, like the Frank Sinatra album.
No, did you ever see Duets the movie? It was about like karaoke
yeah.
lovers.
Yep,
And
yeah.
Huey Lewis plays Gwyneth Paltrow's dad.
We watched that on the show. The trailer for that on the show.
yeah. That's so funny.
We should watch that with the sound off instead of
The whole movie?
clips.
The whole movie?
Yeah.
And we'll replace when they're singing and we'll make up whatever we think they're singing.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God. The part of Paul Giamatti just screaming out, try a little tenderness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we should.
Oh,
with Paul.
God.
Paul deserves it.
That's true. And so does she.
Yeah. Yeah. Amelia Clark deserves it too.
This movie is saying some things.
Yeah, this is making a statement or 12.
Right?
Yeah,
Did
and
not-
hard.
Did not like it.
No.
Yeah.
No, it left a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm not sure why.
Okay.
Talking about the Pod Generation, the sci-fi movie about where pregnancy is handled through kind of an egg-shaped pod
Yes.
instead of in utero. Is that the term? That's the term, right? Like in lady.
In lady. Yes.
In lady.
In belly.
Yeah.
Tummy time.
They build it as a sci-fi satire early in the trailer.
Yes.
So I spent the entire trailer trying to figure out what they're satirizing. And I swear to God, if it's like guilting women who have C-sections, I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that.
No, but I could see how it could go off the rails that way because it's definitely entertaining questions of like, is it better to have a traditional birth versus this pod birth?
That's what I was getting, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that they, as long as they kind of stick to the middle and ask the questions on both sides, they can be some questions there.
Well, it can also be a look at infertility.
Right? Yeah.
Like, there's also that whole aspect of this.
I was looking at it also as like the individuality of going through a pregnancy on your own without outside influence. Because a lot of it was like, you have to have your baby here. You have to do this here. You have to do it this way. You have to do this.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely is positioning itself in a place where it could definitely misstep hard.
Yes. Well, and I just read science fiction romantic comedy. I don't know what other movie fits under all of that.
It's not, there's no way it's
Like
one
comedy?
thing. Yeah.
Romantic comedy?
Inner Space.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. I was actually also going to say Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. The Last Jedi.
The other, the Jim Carrey movie, Eternal Sunshine.
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Eternal Sunshine.
Actually,
But
that has
not a
the
comedy.
same
I was
kind
going
of
to say
vibes.
less comedy though.
Yeah.
Not a comedy. That's a
That's
comedy.
a tragedy?
That
Yeah,
is
that one is a
that is
drag.
a comedy. That is a comedy double feature with What Dreams May Come.
Yeah, that movie is a straight up drag. I've
Yeah.
seen it and it's a great movie, but like anytime somebody's like, "Oh, Eternal Sunshine," I'm like, "Why would you watch that again willingly?"
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through that again.
Yeah, no, yeah, that is a never watch twice triple feature along with What Dreams May Come and Requiem for a Dream.
Requiem for that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Mhm. Jennifer, don't do it.
Really don't do
Ass
anything. No,
ass.
you didn't have to go there. Here's the deal. I've been listening to a Mass Effect podcast, so I have an untarnished reputation of Keith David right now. I don't need
Just
you
go
to
watch They
sell me that
Live.
shit.
Go watch They Live. You'll be fine. Watch him fight Roddy Piper for
Yes.
like 11 minutes in one
But it's
scene.
like the best scene.
So long. It's hilarious. God damn. Ellen Barkin in that movie made me so sad.
Oh yeah,
That whole movie made me super
yeah.
sad.
Everything about
Yeah.
that movie is terrible.
But I told you about you remember the juice thing in there?
Which one?
So the motivation of the Christopher McDonald's character
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
obsessed
yeah.
with, they're doing the juice. Join us in creating excitement. I worked at a place that did that, and it was the fucking spookiest cult like shit I've ever
No,
seen in my
thank you.
life. Yep.
Nope,
It
don't
was
like
weird.
that.
It was weird.
Don't like those morning rituals
Man-
of any kind.
Christopher McDonald's in Secret Invasion. He's been great in that.
He's so fucking good.
Yeah, and Amelia Clark's in that too, and I'm really loving her
In
in that,
Secret
too.
Invasion?
Yeah,
I just love her, to be honest. She's so
Khaleesi,
cute, too.
baby.
yeah. Khaleesi babies are
Now,
gonna
I
have a
will
rough time
say
growing
she
up.
is very good, but she was not good in the Terminator movie she did.
Well, and
I
that
didn't watch that.
that's
she was
why,
handed shit, but to be fair, but
and that was the one with James Cameron too. Like
Yeah.
you even bring back James Cameron, you
Oh.
can't save a Terminator.
but
movie.
as he only like produced it, right?
Is that what it was?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think he. I don't know if I don't think he directed it. I could be wrong.
Should have got your hands dirty, Jimmy
I
Cans.
know, right? Jimmy could get elbow deep in that shit.
I skipped that one too.
Yeah,
That Terminator?
oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't given a Terminator a chance in a long time.
Yeah, since the McG one.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater.
McG one.
I didn't even see
Was
that
that
one.
Salvation?
Yeah, I believe so.
Was that the one
Yeah.
with Christopher Bale?
Yes.
Christian Bale.
Christian
Christopher
Bale.
Bale?
Christopher Bale and Christian Reeves and George Reeves.
Christian Nolan and Christopher Bale.
You got it. You got it. Christian Nolan is such a good filmmaker. I like that movie Tenement.
The
that he did.
Christopher, the Christian Nolan Batman.
Tenement housing. Yeah. Battleman Begins. It was so good.
Battle Man. That's a fucking generic
That's it.
toy on a sitcom if I've ever seen one. We gotta get him the new Battle Man for Christmas. And then the whole episode revolves around the shenanigans of trying to get the Battle Man. That's Jingle All the Way.
Yeah,
So
I was like,
was
that was
literally
like
the
Arnold
Jingle All the
Schwarzenegger
Way.
needs to be in it.
The Sinbad starring Christmas time vehicle.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger Sinbad vehicle. We gotta get these two together in a movie.
Why haven't we not put Schwarzenegger and Sinbad in a film together?
As you're pitching this, I'm putting myself in the shoes of a person hearing this pitch and going, how could anybody ever produce this?
Yeah, right?
Well, why?
And then they did.
And Phil Hartman was in it.
30 years ago. And it was okay. It
R.I.P.
honestly was not the worst. Man, where do you go from there?
I don't even know.
But Secret Invasion has been good. I was telling you guys before the guest got here how there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of good like conversation scenes, and there's a lot of stuff that like a blink and you'll miss it type stuff. But it's a good show. I'm enjoying that a lot.
It'll probably be less of a bummer than the Pod Generation.
Yeah. Pod Generation looks like. I mean, how do you have a movie that should end in a birth be so sad? And
It's going to be a
conflicting?
bummer. It's going to be a bummer because it's a look into real life shit, and real life is a bummer.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Did we do another one?
We did. They cloned Tyrone.
Oh, yeah. This one looks rad.
And I only knew about this because I pulled up an article that was talking about how great it allegedly is. And this is starring Jamie Foxx, and this is on Netflix. And apparently this show has just been killing it. If I can find the article, which I can't.
There it is.
Yeah, some of the best reviews that Netflix has had on a new, is it a show or a movie?
No, it's a movie.
Ooh,
Is this
fun.
out already?
Yeah.
It's out yesterday.
All right.
Nice. As we're recording this, so you, as you're hearing
Good
this, it'll
timing.
be out for 2 days.
Yeah. And Jamie Foxx, Teona Paris, John Boyega on this, and it looks really good and really playing on those kind of classic ideas of conspiracies against, things kind of done to the black community.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Also starring Kiefer Sutherland and David Allen Greer.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Oh,
Wow.
cool. We didn't even see them.
Hey, I haven't seen either of them in something in a minute.
David Allen Greer actually had a small part in the Steve Carell show that he did on, I think it was on Peacock, or the one where he was the
Was he like captive or something?
yeah, he was the therapist that was held captive by the serial
yeah,
killer.
yeah, yeah.
And David
Did
Allen
they put that
Greer,
on Hulu too?
I
Was it?
can't remember,
Okay.
but he, David Allen Greer played Steve Carell's therapist.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and that show was fucking good. That was
Okay.
good.
Nice.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of good things about
yeah,
it.
it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
But They Cloned Tyrone is where Jamie Foxx plays a pimp and John Boyega maybe one of his muscle men, and they uncover a true conspiracy where there's one of them is being cloned, and there's something being put in products and food that is being served to them.
Yeah, it's like
makes-
everything in their neighborhood has whatever it is that they're using to clone.
Yeah, and they stumble onto some larger than life conspiracy, and it looks really really cool and kind of funny and
Oh yeah, I think most of the comedy is going to be Jamie Foxx's pimp character.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It looks excellent, and the plot of putting things in the food or whatever. It's like, did you ever see Black Dynamite?
Yeah,
The movie.
Yeah,
Black Dynamite's really good. You should
Yeah.
watch it.
yeah.
Same,
It's kind of a satire of black exploitation movies.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, but I think it was in that one malt liquor that
Yeah.
they were putting something in it. It was making them have little dicks.
Yeah,
That's the
that was the big
funniest
conspiracy.
plot.
Yeah,
But yeah, this gave me that vibe, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, I really enjoy movies and shows like that.
yeah. This one looks like it's going to be fun.
Man.
I'm going to actually probably watch that later.
Yeah, I've been watching more Netflix lately because I'm finally catching up on I Think You Should Leave.
Oh
Finishing up the third season on
yeah.
that.
I have an opinion.
Oh
I
yeah.
do too. And my opinion changes every season though.
I think it's objectively hilarious. However, I've yet to see one sketch that doesn't devolve into screaming. Every sketch feels like it's just
intense.
it's a way for him to scream things.
I think
I cannot picture one where nobody's screaming.
Yeah.
I think he just keeps escalating them to the point of like, what will they let me get away with?
What my point is it makes it
Yeah.
sort of like there's no variety. There's no, you know what I mean?
okay.
Like
There is
yeah.
a little. I definitely know of at least one I saw recently that didn't end in screaming.
none. There
And
was zero screaming.
I mean, I'll have to go back and check. But you're right, is that Robinson specifically himself, he knows how much that kind of absurdist scream yell thing he does can be played for laughs, and he does lean into it.
Too much, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, I think the show's funny, but I don't enjoy every sketch as much because I'm like, oh, here we go. It's just gonna scream again.
I agree with you on that. There's some that I just don't like because of all of that intensity and all of the screaming, but there are also some that the screaming is at such an absurd, like it's that absurdity comedy.
Yeah, there's sometimes where that is what makes it objectively hilarious.
Yeah.
But if that's all you're doing, then it's like, how many seasons can you do of that?
Yeah, 3 so far.
Yeah.
Tim Robinson's screen comedy
Yeah.
show.
2 plus a whole episode of the characters and Detroiters. It's the same character throughout the whole thing.
Is it?
Screaming.
But it was neat to there's a couple of things had already gone viral, like the meme about the 55 burgers, 55
Yeah.
fries.
Yeah.
Like,
55 for
which is that
55
one-
burgers, 55 tacos, 55 burgers.
was when he starts shouting that. I'm like, okay, now I get what that is. But also, I don't understand why some was 55 and some was 100. Like, what
Yeah, yeah.
dictates
Yeah,
one
I'm
or
not
the
sure.
other?
It's bothered me too. And the end is peppers and taters.
Yeah, taters.
taters.
One of my favorite ones I just showed Becky the other day because we were joking about how Rhett has his driving test coming up and he's had very little practice. Yeah. And I was like, he's going to be like that Tim Robinson sketch. And she's like, what are you talking about? So I played her the one where the guy's honking and he's like, don't you know how to drive? And he's like, no, I don't, okay? Not everybody knows how to do everything. That one's really funny.
Well, one of my favorites is when he's in the old man costume and he's just like, I don't even want to be here anymore.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Like that one was one of my
great one.
favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if there was much screaming in that one.
Nah, maybe not. There was
Right.
some, though, right? I don't know. I feel like there's at least one thing screamed in every sketch.
Well,
If you're going to make a Tim Robinson show, you're going to get some screams in there. I've been catching up on the last season of Better Call Saul that they just finally put on Netflix.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, I was a little behind on that.
And that's the last season, right? This is the end of it?
6, I think, is the last one, but it's the most recent one to be put on Netflix. I don't remember if that's the last one or not, or if there was 7 seasons, but
Okay.
that show's good. Bob Odenkirk's so good.
Yeah.
I tried. It was too much, I think, for me. Just too many things to remember. You get burned out on so much content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Fair.
And that's a real thing, is like the amount that like any show or ongoing, content at all is asking you to retain versus what they're giving you new versus how often they're checking in on these plot threads. Like, I don't mind you having me juggle a couple things, but I expect you to check in on them regularly.
Yeah.
I better not go an entire season without seeing Bran, like shit like that. you know?
Yeah.
It's unfortunately, I think sometimes they do that, and whether it's they forget about a plot thread or they just choose to lean on something else, it's a gamble as a viewer.
The Wire originally lost me
Really?
on that. There's a whole season that's the stevedores. And I completely checked out during that. I had to go back and rewatch it because I knew I missed like something great. And it is a great show, but originally that season I just dropped off.
Well, and that's the thing about The Wire, and one reason why it's been a little scary, and I haven't tried it yet, is because I know that you have a major shift in focus each season, and it kind of changes like what you're really learning about in that community.
Ah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
one's the cops,
Yeah.
one's the press,
Right.
one's the drug dealers,
Right.
one's the stevedores, like you said, and I think there's another season that's maybe prosecutors.
I didn't get to the stevedores.
really.
I don't think.
The stevedores also sounds like a doo-wop group.
It does.
in
Yeah.
the 50s.
It does.
Everybody's named Steve.
Yeah,
They're all Steves
The
and they're dressed like
stevedores.
matadors.
exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they've
But
all
with
got the matadors and the red
sequins.
capes. Yeah.
And it's really like a barbershop quartet style. Like it's like a
Dip, 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 wow.
and my baby said goodbye. Said it's gonna be a while. Will I ever see her again? Probably not, cause now I like men. I got a dip, 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 dip,
God, please do that again.
You trailed off into the express personnel commercial team.
Get a job.
Get a job now.
Get a job. Express personnel. Get a job.
Oh, I should tell you about. Do you remember the Maze Drug and Drug Warehouse commercial? Michael, you may remember it. It was just a 15-year-old girl singing about drugstores.
Drug and Drug Warehouse.
Yes.
It's Get
Wow.
the Best of Us every day. Maze Drug and Drug Warehouse.
So I started
wow.
singing it randomly,
Okay.
and I thought, where the hell did this person go? Who was this girl
Yeah,
on TV?
I remember it too,
Yeah.
but she's like nowhere on the internet.
No, I found her. She
Oh.
designs wallpaper. She's
Oh.
a wallpaper artist.
Career shift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hey.
I don't know why I was
for
so
you.
interested in
Yeah.
that.
I gotta find her.
Yeah.
Gotta track her down. We gotta Where's Richard Simmons this.
Yeah. Did they ever find him?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he said, "Leave me alone. I've been hiding from you."
Yeah. He was like, I didn't want people to find me. So
Yeah.
thank you. Fuck off.
You could
There for a while, though, it did kind of look like he might have been getting elder abused, but it doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be the case.
That's good. That's good.
I don't know that for.
I mean, either
I
that or
shouldn't
he
say
just
that with
wants to be
such
left alone.
confidence.
Next week, Richard Simmons found dead.
Oh no! Whoopsie! Did I do that?
What's the matter? You don't like my Urkel jokes?
No, I love only your Urkel jokes. That's
Urkel,
why I was so
Urkel.
excited to hear them again. My
That's
God.
hard. Okay.
Gurgle.
Drink deeply from the Urkel.
Urkel. That's my favorite.
If you get that, you're fucking cool.
That's my favorite movie about a young girl who wants to study the Torah is Urkel.
Yep.
it's a good movie.
Oh no!
Is that a Streisand movie?
Yeah, it's Streisand. Just,
Yeah.
Father, can you hear me? You know, that's
Papa,
something
can you
else.
hear me? Did you ever see the interview with Kirstie Alley and John Travolta? And
No.
they were talking about, look who's talking about whenever they had to do the kissing scene and how John Travolta kept leaning in her ear and singing that to her.
No.
And they were like, it was so fun and cute. And I was like, fucking Scientologists are so weird, man.
That is so weird.
He's like, I don't want to kiss you because I'm gay.
Yeah,
It's okay, John.
it's just
It's okay.
Well,
all right,
Your
John.
church is the only one not letting you come out.
Okay, so is that where you fall on it? Because the way it was described to me was that he is not gay, but he wanted to leave the church, so they spread rumors about him being gay, which seems more likely. Well, I
Wow.
don't know if it seems likely or
Yeah.
if it's
I don't
like
know what-
that's more of what it seems
I mean,
like
there's
they
a
would
lot
do.
of things. He supposedly got caught with men, but I don't know any
Right.
of those things. But yeah, they could have been put out by the church. But then again, he's still with the church.
And it could have been
Right?
maybe he is gay but didn't want it to come out, and then they still put it out. You know, it's
Yeah,
They definitely do shit like that to try and keep him in line for sure. But
absolutely.
yeah, he should leave. Fuck that place.
yeah. And tell us where Shelley's at while you're at it.
Yes, where
Yeah,
is
if-
Where's
Shelley?
Shelley?
Travolta might not know.
He might not.
Cruz knows.
Cruz knows.
Cruz definitely knows.
Cruz has a shovel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is a fucking accomplice. That dude's got blood on his hands.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
should be
100%.
tracking Tom Cruise's private jet like we do Elon's. So we can see
Yeah.
he was probably going there like once a week just to slap her in the face.
Are you guys going to go see the new Mission Impossible movie?
Fuck
No.
No.
Fuck Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I hate all of his movies.
I haven't seen any Mission Impossible since like the first one, I don't
Yeah.
think. Or maybe the third one.
I think I saw the second one, but I have zero memory of it.
yeah.
I
None.
liked. I think I
Left my
never
brain
watched them on
completely.
purpose ever.
I watched and enjoyed the first one with Simon Pegg in it, and then I was not
Yeah.
interested anymore. And it felt like they were dropping them secretly. Like,
I'd love to ask Simon Pegg what he thinks of Tom Cruise.
Well,
wanna
I know he
ask
still
him
does
why
the
he
movies.
did
He's
it.
in
Yeah, I
a
know.
new one. Yeah.
Oh, so he probably can't say shit. He's probably
No,
got.
he's got-
You know, everybody he works with has to sign NDAs.
we've
Probably.
all worked
There's
with
no-
people we didn't like
Oh, for
because
sure.
it was good enough money.
Yeah.
But then again, not all of them would make you sign some shit that says you can't talk about that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, Tom Cruise would.
Yeah. Yeah.
How weird would it be just to have like that dude has handlers, and that's what they call them.
Oh, yeah?
Handlers.
Handlers.
Like people from the church that are just with him all the time that are like, you can't talk about that. You can't ask him that.
Yeah, he's like unofficially the number 2 person in the church,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he is definitely like second in charge, basically.
It's wild.
Yeah,
That's why.
Wasn't there a rumor about him?
not.
It might have just been a podcast joke, but something to do with a fish. God, I want
Was
to
that
look it up
South
now.
Park?
No, no. Similar to the South Park thing, but
that was Kanye.
Gay fish.
Yeah.
no. Now I have to look it up.
Fish sticks.
Because I'm a gay fish.
Yeah, it's fish sticks.
Do you like fish
Yeah,
sticks?
yeah, it's like, do you like fish sticks?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
like fish sticks?
Yeah, and I mean, big one's fine.
I love fucking gay fish.
Oh, it got to be big, Hilton. God, jeez, man. Give the little ones a try. All right.
Don't be such a fish.
Sometimes
size
it's the most motion in the ocean, baby.
That's where all the fish are.
I found something promising.
The same
Uh
motion.
oh,
All the Tom Cruise
Tom Chris.
Tom Cruise fish blind items.
Okay.
Yeah, which sounds
Weird.
wonderful.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Do you ever read blind items?
No.
Uh-uh.
Okay, so they're like rumors that are published without the subject's name.
Oh.
So you have to figure out who it's about. And
It's like a Minion quotes, but for celebrity scandals.
yeah, they're just calling him the fish bathroom guy. I don't know. This I feel like this needs more research.
Yeah.
And I'll probably waste a whole afternoon doing it, which is what
Perfect.
autism is.
Yeah, exactly. Love it. We'll get Tony Ortega on it. That guy's always looking into Scientology.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Oh, Mortal Kombat's got an animated movie coming out.
Oh,
And Mortal Kombat, of course, has got, all those crazy characters like Scorpion and Sub-Zero and, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. So they're going to do a movie about Johnny Cage.
Oh, okay. The white man.
The white movie star guy.
when is a white guy gonna get his movie? Jesus.
Finally, a white man gets his due.
Wait, Joel McHale?
Yeah, Joel
Oh.
McHale's going to
Okay,
do the
that
voice.
kind of makes sense.
That's kind of fun, at least.
Yeah.
I like Joel McHale. He is also white.
That also implies maybe there'll be a little comedy.
Yeah, it might
Yeah.
be funny.
Says R-rated.
Yeah, so he can say, pussy,
Hilton.
cat. Back to G-rated.
I have a friend who
Sorry,
went
kids.
to went to high school with Joel McHale, and
Really?
all she would say is that he was really weird looking. I don't know what that
Not
means.
anymore.
That's how he got funny.
I want to know more.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's how he got funny is because he wasn't born attractive.
Yeah.
You're born a uggo and you become pretty.
That's what happened. That's
He took
all
off
of
his
us,
glasses.
right?
Yeah. He just had to take off his glasses and he was hot.
Turned out we were pretty the whole
Yeah,
time.
take his
That's
hair
hilarious.
down,
Yeah, do a hair flip.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it works.
The whole thing. That's what I did.
So hot.
I took my hair down all the way.
So is this going to be? This will probably go to streaming, right? I imagine.
Yeah, is it
Yeah.
Netflix?
Warner Brothers, so it'll probably be on HBO.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're the on Max.
Max.
Yeah, on Max.
Could they just
Get it
stop
right.
switching their names?
No,
just
they
update
can't.
the.
Yeah, that's HBO Now, HBO Go,
HBO
Max,
And Max.
and Max. Yeah.
Oof.
Next,
Stop.
it just needs to be X and then triple X.
And then it'll just be all Vin Diesel movies all day long.
Well, and then triple X.
Mark Sinclair T to B.
what's the-
XXL or something.
Yeah, what was the triple X movie with Ice Cube? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it. I think it was. I don't think it was a Triple X movie. I think it was a different. It was basically Triple X.
I'm gonna put it to the thing.
Yeah.
Triple
State
X
of the
Union.
Union.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That was
William
a risky
Dafoe.
search.
that triple X. Let's click videos. I hope Safe Search is on.
Yep. Nope. Trailers.
Boring.
Look at that.
No, it's
Safe
State of
search?
the Union.
Look. Oh.
Off.
Hilarious.
Oh,
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No. Still just
Lame.
the movie.
Blur.
Okay, but now search it on Pornhub.
No.
It's just a bunch of people playing with ice.
I don't
cubes.
need you seeing those purple links.
Ew, why is it purple?
That means you clicked
You
it.
did it wrong.
It's too tight.
Don't squeeze so much. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Oh man, I just got an image of a graboid with like a rubber band too tight around it.
So I was picturing your finger like with the rubber when you put the rubber band on your finger as a kid.
Yeah, it's like a little like
Yeah, a little purple wiener head.
Well, because I've been meaning to ask about perfection anyway. Because
Yeah.
you guys on the podcast, you just posted how you're going to be doing the last regular Tremors movie is coming up,
Right.
And I didn't realize that we were there. We were at the big,
we're at Shrieker Island already.
and that's number 6 or
Seven.
7. So
yeah.
yeah, that's wild. Like,
I had the pleasure of doing the Jamie Foxx vehicle.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I have the DVD to give to you guys.
okay.
oh, nice.
Then
So, you guys are doing Shrieker Island, and have you
Yeah.
recorded that one yet?
no.
Okay, so that's
that
coming
one's
up
been
soon.
Very soon.
All right.
Yeah, we're
That
trying.
one-
We're trying to get.
We had
the
to
person.
reschedule.
Okay.
You know how podcasting goes, where you're like every week, and then every month, and then when I get around to it.
Oh yeah.
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 That, and
very
then-
difficult.
Yeah, and then just schedule conflicts or just sicknesses. So we're just kind of.
They really are. Yeah.
We've already announced what the next season is going to be.
Oh.
So we can do that. We can
Yeah.
talk about it.
Oh yeah. You have another season planned?
We do.
Okay.
Starship Troopers.
Wow.
They also have like 7 movies.
Wow.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's wild.
So it started as a conversation with one of our guests at a bar, Starlight, and
Located on 11th Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
it's my favorite place. A guest,
There's
Eric
a wonderful
Strauss.
comedy show that's there once a month.
Yeah, yeah. And then another comedy open mic that's pretty darn good once a week.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I've heard that everybody involved with both of those items are really, really good looking.
Incredibly attractive. And really, really.
Super talented.
Yeah, on my show, I'm just talking about Laura, to be honest.
So am I.
Okay. She's great.
We were talking about just like sci-fi novels we liked, and Eric Strauss brought up Starship Troopers, and I was like, yeah, they made like 3 movies, and I went to Google it and found out that they made 3 American movies, and then they became Japanese, and they're like Japanese American ventures, and there's a bunch of them, and they're pretty popular.
Wow.
So another underground show, I think that's been underrated and been huge fans of this as well.
Well, and I loved the original movie, especially when I got into like politics, and it has a really fun underlying message about empires and
Imperialism?
yes, imperialism. But the original book has nothing to do with that. It is not. It was all Paul Verhoeven, who did the same thing with RoboCop. So I felt like it would be a really fun. It'd be really fun to go over all these movies as well, because they don't get better after the first one. That is for sure. And
No
that's
improvement.
But tell me what does,
Yeah, right.
what
Terminator
successfully
2.
does.
Godfather.
How wild.
Godfather 3. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, and that's like talking about Terminator movies. It's a
Yeah, the
diminishing
second
returns.
one was great. It was better than the first one, and then it was all downhill.
Yeah.
So if you're lucky enough that your sequel's as good or better than the first one, it's unlikely that is going to continue.
Do you hear how James Cameron is now saying that he warned people about AI? Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, I made a movie about it. It was called The Terminator.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and I because I've been using that on stage talking about the movies and the dying of the hands of a robot and those cold mechanical hands.
Yeah, the inevitability of our bleak future.
And just to have him weigh in and be like, yeah, duh. It's like, oh, okay, well,
Okay.
it feels less funny and more prophetic. But whatever.
Yeah, he's like, I was literally warning you.
Why do you think I cast a bodybuilder? He's so strong.
He's warned us about a lot of stuff. He warned us about death subs
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Yeah, he warned us about like someday we're gonna fuck with our hair.
yeah. And I did.
Remember in Avatar, their braids.
Yes.
That's how they fuck.
I don't.
Oh,
I,
oh,
I
fuck.
fell
Oh, you
asleep
mean- oh,
through
you
the
mean-
first
Shit.
one.
Oh,
and then
sorry.
I didn't even
Use
watch
their
the
hair
second.
to fuck.
Yes.
Let me be not like play with your hair, but use your hair as your sexual reproductive organ.
Yeah.
But specifically to fuck some sort of flying horse.
Yes, also
Yeah.
true.
Well,
That's also true.
we
it's
don't
also
fuck
car
enough
keys.
flying horses.
It's your
frankly.
dick. It's your car keys. It's
It's it's a multi-tool basically. Is what it is.
Yeah, it's like a what do you call it? A Leatherman, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
never gonna lose your keys now. Huh?
And you got a knife if you need it.
Hey, and a file.
So man, Starship Troopers, man. Well, that is awesome.
Yeah, I felt like it could be. It
like
would
it.
be a good time. It's.
Good choice.
We're not trying to stick with anything. Go with anything too serious.
I love how even on here it says a 1997 live action film directed by Paul Verhoeven, loosely
Loosely.
based on the book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like, we wanted to say barely, but they wouldn't let us. So we said loosely.
Well, and I love how there was apparently a Japanese anime back in 1988.
I did
Oh,
not
it's
know
an
that.
OVA too.
Yeah.
What does OVA mean?
I don't know.
I don't necessarily remember, but it's like a movie. That's how you know it's a movie and not
Oh,
necessarily
okay.
a show.
Original video animation.
Yeah.
So it was
So
actually,
OVA is
yeah.
a movie, not like like an anime, like where it's
Oh,
broken
okay.
up in episodes.
Heard.
Oh, that's cool. So yeah, so that means that it'll be just one one thing
I'll
to watch.
probably be the one to watch that and then relay what I've seen.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
can't
watching
watch anime.
Slideshows. Yeah.
I'm epileptic.
I just don't like it.
Slideshows.
Same, yeah. Same. I just have to have an excuse.
It looks like it was a 6-part movie, each part running about 25 minutes. So that is cool.
Yeah, that could be.
That's not too long. Johnny Rico, who's the main guy in the movie too, isn't he?
Yep.
Yes.
Very ordinary high school student.
Yeah, that's just a regular kid.
It's just a small town boy.
Yeah,
Living in
a
a
lonely world.
Living in a dreamy world.
Yeah, took the
born and
midnight
raised in
train.
South Detroit.
Yeah, his midnight train went somewhere. All
Look at
Yeah,
those pretty
Jake
people.
Busey,
Look at Leah, look at Jake Busey.
one of the Buseys.
What has Jake Busey been up to? We don't
Ugh.
check in on him enough.
I don't
No, we
know.
don't.
He's probably sitting on like Shasta McNasty residuals.
Oh yeah.
It's a show that nobody remembers.
2020, the
God.
rookie.
Oh yeah, he was in 5 episodes of Stranger Things.
Yeah, he was like the shitty misogynist newsman, wasn't he?
Oh.
So, yeah, I think so.
He worked for, like the newspaper that the one of the
There was a
think I
Swamp
totally
Thing
missed
in
it.
2019.
Did not know that.
It
That was
supposedly is good too.
Really?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was only one season.
I really like the Swamp Thing.
I
Yeah.
dug those movies, man.
Yeah.
same.
The
Yeah.
second
I'm a
one
big
especially.
fan.
Really?
I don't know
don't-
why. The second one is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
Hmm.
The fucking little fat kid in the second movie with the southern accent. You know who I'm talking about?
I don't because I haven't seen him in 35 years. But that
He's
was
my favorite character in almost any movie I've ever seen in my life. He's so
Okay.
fucking funny.
We'll have to do a rewatch because I don't remember him specifically.
the original movies were the first thing that I ever like latched onto. Some kids have Batman. I had fucking Swamp Thing, and I think it's because my parents didn't know they shouldn't let me watch it. 'Cause
Sure.
Yeah.
Looking back,
It flew under the radar even back then.
my parents were like, "Yeah, it's fine. Just sit him in front of the TV."
They thought there were rules back then. That's the thing, man. It's like people don't want government in their shit until they want to be able to just trust something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
Like, I don't want government telling me what to watch, but I want to be able to put my kid in front of a TV and know that he's not going to see anything I don't like. Well, pick one.
Right.
You know?
Sorry,
Man,
you
I'm
can't
trying
have
so
both.
hard to find a clip of that kid.
Favorite character of all time.
Speaking of DC, you know what I watched the first episode of and I liked it a lot? Superman and Lois.
Okay.
Which is the DC. It's on Max. It's they've done 3 seasons. They're about to do a 4th or maybe a 5th, and it's going to be the last season. But it's Superman and Lois move back to Smallville with their 2 teenage boys.
Is it
All right.
live action?
Yeah, it's live action, and it's like a CW kind of show. But
Okay.
but there was 1 or 2 cheesy moments, but more than that, there were plenty of moments where I was like, all right, I'm kind of in on this.
Are the kids? Do they have superpowers?
That's kind of part of the plot.
Okay.
Is the show opens and no one has displayed anything yet. One of them has some athletic prowess, so we kind of think maybe he could have some powers. And Superman and
saw-
Lois are waiting to see what happens.
Gotcha.
We saw, or at least I did, an animated one.
There is a new animated one as well. My Adventures with Superman, I think it's called.
Yeah, where he has one kid and they're out back
Oh, wow.
basically in Smallville. And then that kid starts to have powers. I don't remember, but I remember watching.
Actually, I'm not
it.
sure what that is.
Okay.
There's a new show that just debuted, but I think it's got a young Superman.
Okay, yeah, no,
so I don't
this
think
one's a
that's
little bit older.
Yeah, that could have been one of the movies because, like, I know in recent movies, in the comics, he does have a son. And John Kent, there was a year or two where he was a boy, and then now through the magic of comics, he's been aged up to a young man. He's
Man
probably
boy.
about 17, 18 years old.
Okay.
I have exciting news, everybody.
What's your exciting news?
Swamp Thing 2, The Return of Swamp Thing, starring Heather Locklear, is free to watch on YouTube
Fantastic.
in its entirety.
Oh, wow.
Free with ads?
I'm sure it is, but
Yeah, that's fine. Well, we tried to watch RoboCop on YouTube, and they cut out the violence, which is
Like the very first scene where, he gets like ripped apart, they just cut it out completely. And I was like, no.
yeah, and that's the whole point of RoboCop, right?
the
It
kid in
completely
question,
changed.
his name was Daniel E. Taylor, and he played a character named Daniel Hallenbeck. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And I love him. I love him. I love him. So, there he is. That's
thank you.
him.
Oh. And they
Oh,
were
he
definitely
would be a
scared of whatever
redhead.
monster was there.
He would be a
Oh, Swamp
redhead.
Thing.
So cool.
And there's Heather Locklear.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
we don't watch enough Swamp Thing here on the show.
No, we don't. I've seen that movie a lot of times.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
It was one of those movies that was always on for some reason when I was a kid.
Oh, when he comes through the bathtub faucet, that is
Yep.
a core memory.
I like that he seems to be quipping. Like he's making some little
Oh,
one-liners.
yeah. He's
Oh,
sassy.
Yeah, very much
he's,
so.
He's funny.
His body language is sassy.
Yeah.
Like we're watching this in Mutant.
Yeah.
He
Amazing.
shows some tude.
It's did you guys grow up with Toxic Avenger too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Oh God,
Yeah.
All the trauma
those are
movies.
so amazing.
Again, shouldn't have been allowed to watch those.
Yeah, but thanks, USA Up All Night.
yeah.
Dude, honestly, Swamp Thing looks like he's being played by Hulk Hogan.
No, he's being played by Dick. What is his name?
Dastardly.
Dick Durek.
Dick, yeah, that's so what Brett said.
Oh, here's another fun picture of Dick Durek in another film
Oh wow,
where
yeah.
he's playing, I don't know, Bobo Hulk?
Yeah.
Off-brand Incredible Hulk.
Clearly he's playing Lou in Ferrigno. Oh man.
Oh, apparently that is maybe that is not from the Incredible Hulk.
It's
Okay.
not,
I don't know
'cause
what
it does.
the fuck
It
that
does.
is
It
from.
did look like the Hulk.
It did.
Things are. I've come back around full circle, back to the Incredible Hulk.
This says the first part. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe that is from. Yeah, I guess it is. It's an episode called The First Part 2.
Man, it's been such a good time to read the Hulk too. That comic has been so good lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
About 2 years ago, a run wrapped up by a guy named Al Ewing called The Immortal Hulk, which was all based around the psychology
Hogan.
of the Hulk. Yeah, exactly. It was all about Terry. It was the immortal Terry Bollea. No, the Immortal Hulk was all about the psychology of the Hulk and really Bruce exploring his psyche and what was forced the need for the Hulk to come out during the Gamma accident and why the Hulk can never be destroyed. From there, we went into this crazy sci-fi story, and I touched on it on a past episode, where the Hulk's psyche was split into 3 parts. And the Hulk's body became a starship, the Hulk's ego became the engine, and Bruce Banner's ego became the captain. So really kind of bold sci-fi stuff. And that wasn't even very much liked. So that run ended up running short, only after about 13 issues. And then the newest one that just
They
kicked
cut
off,
it short because it wasn't liked?
because it wasn't liked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because despite being kind of a heady
Yeah.
idea, it still was not really as psychologically compelling or interesting as the explorations that were done in the previous book. And now the book has taken a major shift, and it's really been about, it seems to have turned into kind of a dark horror action book where Hulk is being haunted hunted, and I guess haunted by several monsters and creatures of the Marvel Universe. So this one's just kicked off. It's really only on issue number 2, but so far it's been really good.
That sounds fun.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds really fun.
So it's been a fun time to read the Hulk. I talk a little bit about it on the other show on OK Geek. So
We'll pop on over there and listen to that.
yeah.
Should we pick it and plug it?
Yeah, we can. I don't know. I should let you go first since I just was talking a little bit about the Hulk, and that's not really my pick, but that was pick-ish.
It was pickish. Are you feeling a bit pickish?
I feel like a bit pickish, snackish.
Little snacky.
Humans are snackish.
I say snacky all the time because of a little video of a little boy trying to convince, I think, his grandma to give him some more Cheetos. And he says, she's like, well, are you hungry? And he goes, no, I was just feeling real snacky, so I just wanted some more Cheetos. I'm just feeling real snacky.
Real snacky.
I fucking love that kid so much.
Mine is a little girl, and she's just running around the house going,
Snacks. I love her.
so I'll say that. I'm
Yeah.
like, I need a snack.
Snacks.
I like the robots on Love, Death, and Robots. There's one where they talking about the humans, and one of them was like, "Yeah, humans used to be real snackish." That's me.
Nice. Let's see. No real plugs other than keep checking out everything on olaministries.com, all the podcasts. Follow all of them on the socials and all of that jazz. Hit me up at sampinoproductions@gmail.com if you need any voice work or graphic design. And picks. Let's see. What have we been into? Man, been listening to a lot of Circus Survive. That's a really good band if you are into that genre.
I'm familiar.
That new band that he's in, Anthony Green, the singer, he's in that new band called LS Dunes. Have you heard that?
No.
So it's him. It's the bass player and drummer from Thursday. It's the rhythm guitarist from My Chemical Romance, and it's the lead guitarist of Coheed.
So they're a super band?
Yeah, they're like a super group. And the album's fucking good.
Okay.
It's really good. So yeah, check out those things. We've been watching a bunch of like the murder shows on Max.
Nice.
On Maximilian.
Good old Max, yeah.
Maximus network. Yeah, there's some fun ones. Some of them are trash, but the People Magazine Investigates one has been pretty good. One of the things, like, so Dateline's a staple, right? And I love Dateline. If you love murder shows, you watch Dateline, 2020 maybe. And those two have a very similar formula, which is they fill a 2-hour time slot on network TV with commercials. Mm-hmm. So they repeat themselves a lot in the telling of the story.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a lot of sort of like
recapping.
there's a lot of that, and it really makes it to where that story can be told in an hour easy. There's no reason for it to be 2 hours, but you understand they're trying to fill a time slot for money, whatever.
Sure.
Where these are better is that it is like a 45-minute runtime. It was an hour with commercials, so it's more condensed and it's an easier story to follow, and it's on Max, so there's not commercials.
Okay.
So most of those shows I would check out on because I would get frustrated with the commercials or the recaps and stuff like that. Dateline, one of the main reasons we still watch that is because we do the YouTube TV so we can fast forward. But yeah, so the People Magazine Investigates one, that one they're telling the stories very well and in a nice condensed manner, and it's just super interesting shit. They've done some stuff we've never heard of.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you got?
Oh, let's see. For my plugs, we've got to talk about the Starlight Comedy Night. We are super excited about our show coming up August 11th. We've got Barfy coming on to do some stand-up comedy. We had her as part of
Barfy Wieners?
Barfy Wieners, part of
yeah.
those Party Boys who are our headliners a few months back, and we're so glad to have her back to do some comedy with us, and also bringing in some of our good friends from Northwest Arkansas. We've got Sam Price and Edric George coming in the show.
Nice.
Glad to have them both on. It's Edric's first time on the Starlight Comedy Night, although, of course, he's been in town doing the open mic, and he's done the Riff Show.
He has.
He's all over, so glad to have him and Sam back in town.
Sam has won the Riff Show.
Yeah. Sam, loving seeing him grow in leaps and bounds his last year or so, and super glad to have him back on Starlight. And then in terms of picks, I got to tell you, man, I'm going to throw some weight behind that Superman and Lois. You know, that first season, that first episode charmed me a lot more than I expected. So definitely, if you're looking for something fun to check out.
The old one?
No, it's maybe 4 years old. They're only on season 4 or 5 at this point.
No,
so.
I was thinking of what was the
The
You're thinking
New
of Lois and
Adventures.
Clark.
Dean Cain?
The New Adventures of Superman, The New Adventures of Lois and Clark.
That's
what
what
that was
one
called.
Okay.
But this is called Superman
Lewis and Clark. That's the
Lewis
Explorers.
and Clark was the Louisiana Purchase,
Right,
and that's how we got Louisiana and Arkansas and parts of Florida. I believe. Yeah. So, and honestly, they should have given those back.
Yeah, we
parts
don't
of
really need
Florida
those.
didn't need it.
No.
Yeah, Florida can be circumcised.
Yeah, that's
Just kidding, Florida.
just the tip.
Some
So,
of you. Except for DeSantis. You can fuck off.
Yeah, he does
Yes.
suck. All right,
What do
Brett
you
and Hannah,
guys
what do you
got?
guys got?
Oh,
Tell us what to listen to first off.
well, Podcasting to Perfection on the OLA Network, of course. That's all about Tremors. We've covered 6 movies so far. We're going to do 7 very soon as we can get everything lined up with the guest.
Yep.
And we also have
We
How
have
Do You
How
Do?
Do You Do, which we'll have a return guest, which we're super excited about.
Nice.
And we're just kind of get an update on what he's doing.
Cam,
So-
Cam Porter, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hamilton
nice.
Porter.
Yeah, he's gonna come back on and talk about Critical Hit. So
Oh,
it'll be
great.
Good
fun.
stuff.
That's a great little shop.
That'll be a really fun episode as well. So check that out. And that's available anywhere you get your podcast. You know that whole spiel.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere pods are available.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wherever the pod be casting.
Any picks?
Yeah, so
Or
Well, we
more
got your
plugs
show
if you
too.
got
Yeah,
them.
we got the Riff Show coming up.
well, sure. So the Riff Show on August 5th, that's the next one, right? Mm-hmm. I've got the next 4 months. I'm putting them together right now. That is a very stressful process, keeping 10 comics in line. Because people will drop. I expect like 4 people to drop from every show.
Yeah.
And I have to find replacements sometimes a couple of times. Plus writing 50 topics, the equipment. I had to build a buzzer system to draw a random topic. But the show has really evolved. We've been doing it for 14 months now.
Yeah, and a
That
winner,
is crazy.
That's awesome.
And the winner actually has now started to get a gift certificate to Heirloom.
Yeah.
Nice.
They donate every time there's a winner for the show too.
That's
so
really
they're
cool.
super involved, and
So we do
they're
that.
a great place. Have
Heirloom
Dante's
is
in
so
the back.
wonderful.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Heirloom Rustic Ales, 8 p.m. August the 5th. It's going to be so much fun. It's the week after Blue Whale, so you guys can
Have a break.
yes, and you can do both things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to miss.
I also tomorrow when this episode airs, I have a story. It's called Stories with Sasha. It's one of these new shows at Mojito.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of a gay space, a queer space.
Yeah.
I did one already. It was so much fun. Honestly, it wasn't a huge crowd, but they were receptive, and that's all I want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a small receptive crowd than a big shitty one.
Yeah.
And that's hosted by Sasha Terrell, and
No,
that features
Sasha Blake.
Sasha Blake. Oh, Sasha
Yes.
Blake. You're right. Sasha Blake. Sasha Terrell is on the show
She
this
is,
week.
yes.
That's what it is. But you're right. Sasha Blake, who I haven't
Sasha
met
and
yet.
Josie,
Yeah.
correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a blast.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Admission is $5. It's at 6 p.m. If you guys hear this before it happens, otherwise, I'm sure I'll be on another.
Yeah.
And then I think Missy Monica Genesius is
She
also on
is,
that
yeah,
show as
yeah.
well. So and Sasha and Josie and Missy have just been doing so much at Mojito. It has been really cool to see.
It
Love it.
has, yeah. I've really enjoyed watching that venue kind of take off.
That's great.
Yeah, we need. It's just another queer space.
Yeah, we need more of them.
Yeah.
We
Lots
do.
more of them,
We
especially
used to
in
have-
this part of the world
Yeah.
or the country, you know?
Do you guys remember the Bamboo Lounge?
Sure.
Yeah, it was a great place. I saw comedy there a couple times, but it was a dive bar. And queer people want dive bars just as much as they want the trendy, hip Apple Store place. They want somewhere dirty and kind of gross where the lights are off. So that's,
and Bamboo was over on Pine Street in North Tulsa, and that was the oldest gay bar in Oklahoma.
It was.
when it was open. So
Yeah.
that was a major loss to our community. So to see and Mojitos is in a building that was once, if you remember as far back, was it Mavericks that it used to be, or was that downtown? But that building where Mojitos is has been a gay bar for many, many years
yeah.
through many cycles. So even just seeing that space still being a part of the LGBTQ community here in Tulsa is really neat to see.
Speaking of, good to see YBR reopen.
Yes.
Yellow Brick Road.
Yes.
Exactly. They had a fire
They
a
had
couple
a
years
major
back.
fire and
They got to rebuild.
basically totaled the entire building, and they were able to rebuild, and they're reopened, and was really excited to see them get to reopen during Pride Month. That was very, very
Right,
cool.
yeah.
It was.
I was driving home and saw a big group of people outside because it was a little packed, and that just warmed my heart because I've hung out in that place a lot over the years.
Same.
Played a lot of darts in that place. It's a good bar.
Well-
Always had good people working there.
Yeah, first time I ever went there was with you just a year or two before the fire when we went to go see a mutual friend of ours, a good friend of yours growing up, and you and him are not members of the LGBTQ community. So that's one of the
Correct.
things that I really appreciate about spaces like that is even though I am a member of the community, oftentimes my introduction to these spaces is through people who are not members of the community. And I know I'm saying the word community a lot, but not who are members of it, but who are allies, friends, and it just goes to show how much those spaces are truly welcoming.
Yeah.
You know, there's not, you know,
Right.
you'll find a straight bar that's like, you know, they don't want the queers in there.
Right.
You don't find a lot of queer spaces that aren't like, well, as long as you're cool, yeah, come on in.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
It's not a space for queer people to come together. It's a space for everyone to come together, and it's just friendly to
safe.
queer
Exactly.
people.
Exactly.
It's such a
Exactly.
low bar,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, really.
safe.
Yep.
We started going to YBR early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like right around the time I turned 21.
And that
started
is
going there.
And I know several people who you know identify as straight or cishet or whatever who are in that who have known that bar as just a cool bar.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Which is
'Cause
you know,
it is.
exactly. Yeah.
It's your classic hallway dive bar, you know. It's a straight shot front to back. It's all,
Yup.
you know, kind of like a hallway.
bar up front, pool tables in the back. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
It's
Liquor in the front, poker in the back. Is that where that comes from?
more or less.
kind of like Starlight the last few years has
Yeah.
really leaned into the
Being a safe
a
space.
community space. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we have people every week who come out to the open mic, and we announce at the beginning of the show, don't say any slurs. This is a queer space. This is a queer goth bar specifically. And people will lean over. Didn't somebody tell you or ask you, is this a gay bar? And
Yeah, someone asked me, "Is it a gay bar?" And I told them, "Well, it's not a gay bar." I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and because that's kind of how I've always seen it. Is it didn't open the doors like, "Hi, this is a queer space," but if you knew the owners, if you knew the clientele, if
Right.
you knew the people who you're going to see, you're like, well, of course it is.
Yeah.
But it also just it is
isn't.
by its not being not. You know, it's
Safe.
yeah, which is kind of neat because is kind of the most natural way to do it. Is just those doors open and all who didn't bring hate were welcome.
Yeah, and that's how. So when I came out, I said I wanted to do comedy as myself for the first time. It was Lynn. Lynn commented, said, you know, if you show up, you are safe, you are protected. We will make sure everything is okay. I was terrified.
Yeah.
And nobody messed with me. Nobody questioned it. It was just beautiful from start to finish. It was the best experience, and I owe them everything
They're the best.
for that experience.
Known them 20 years. They're the best, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, they truly are.
Used to do retro night up at the venue now the Shrine when it was originally the venue.
Yeah.
They used to have a Thursday night retro night every night.
Yep.
I used to work the sidebar. Yeah. Known them a long time. Lynn and Robbo, just good people.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good pick too. Go to Starlight.
Go to
Go to
Starlight.
Starlight.
Great
Go to
pick.
YBR. Go to any of these places and spend some money.
Absolutely. As far as picks, what have we been watching?
I've really enjoyed Clone High.
Oh,
There
yeah?
was a new season dropped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's this on?
Max.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And it was a continuation of the show 20 years ago. Same actors, except the one who
What
played
was-
Gandhi.
Oh wow, I didn't never heard of that.
Clone High? Really?
Wasn't it on adult?
No, it was on MTV2, I think. Maybe MTV.
Oh, it's so fun.
It was a Lord and Miller show.
Okay.
It was so good back in the day.
So yeah, they took very famous people from history and they cloned them, and then they basically put them in high school.
Oh, wow.
The animation reminds me of House of Cosby's.
Okay.
You're the only other person I've ever met that knows about House of Cosby's.
Rudy.
I'm going to go poop and pee if I don't get into the
Yeah,
bathroom.
and a lot of famous
Will
people.
Forte is Lincoln?
Yeah.
Yes.
Joan of Arc's in it. There's a lot of famous people.
Cool. Michael McDonald is Gandhi? Oh, but you said he's not in the new season.
He's
huh?
not in the new season.
Wait,
yeah, he was pretty
Michael
pop.
McDonald?
Like the one we-
Michael McDonald.
Different Michael McDonald.
No, like the one, like look what
from
I
Mad
could do.
TV, yeah.
Man.
Mad TV, Michael McDonald. Not
Wild.
Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald.
And then they came out with 20 years later
Huh, with the new season, huh?
with a brand new season, and they definitely updated it. They added some new characters like Frida and who?
I don't know.
Wow,
I can't remember at this
they did
point.
Confucius. They add a whole bunch of people.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, Harriet Tubman.
Very cool.
It was
But in high school, it's fun.
it was one of those cartoons that like you kind of turn it on and just zone out because
Yeah.
it's very silly.
Michael Bolton.
Yeah.
But then
Mandy
you listen
Moore.
to it, and it's not they don't necessarily cuss in it, but it's
Yeah.
it's not necessarily for children.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Neil Flynn playing a janitor. That's kind of that's
Yeah.
always fun.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Who's Neil Flynn? Why don't I know that name?
He's the janitor from Scrubs.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
He's
okay.
janitor.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
I don't think he had a name
Typecast.
in that show.
No, he
Yeah,
was
he's
just
just
janitor.
janitor.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay.
What else? We've been 10-year-old Tom. Oh
Okay.
my god!
Wow.
So there was this cartoon when I was in college called Life and Times of Tim. It was on HBO. It kind of
Again,
came and
another-
went, fizzled
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Looks kind of poorly.
It's very poorly
Drawn.
animated. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
It's super funny, super subversive, edgy.
Okay. I remember seeing that image like scrolling through stuff
Yeah.
on
Right.
HBO.
And then
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
10-year-old Tom is the same people, similar
But it's him
plots.
as a kid.
But it's him as a kid. And we discovered that, and there's just been another season
But
that has dropped.
but it's Tom, not Tim.
It's Tim, not Tom.
So
No, Tom. No, you're
now
right.
it's
You're
Tom.
right.
Now
Yeah.
you're right. But these are two different characters.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Same voice actor, the creator of the show.
but it's not technically supposed
Yeah.
to be the same person as a
Right,
kid.
yeah.
I
He
see.
was
I understand.
playing Tim, now he's playing a Tom.
Well, you know,
Next is Tammy.
sometimes
It's
you
a
go
little
from a
different.
Tim to a Tom.
Yeah.
You just change a
idea
letter.
Yeah.
is that he's very kind of passive and permissive in the things that he allows to happen in his life.
And his mom doesn't really care
Yeah.
all that much. I don't know. It's just a fun.
Interesting.
Leans towards being kind of a scumbag, and it's just I have enjoyed every second of it. There have been moments that I was out of breath laughing.
Yeah, it's a very relatable, sarcastic show.
Yeah. Other than that, Adeem the artist, a country musician we discovered.
Okay. Adeem the artist?
Adeem.
All right.
He opened for the Mountain Goats,
Okay.
who we saw last week, and he had a bunch of really relatable songs about being queer and growing up in a conservative area. He also did Thunder Rolls, which was what
Ooh.
George Strait, Garth Brooks,
Garth
Brooks.
Garth
Garth,
Brooks.
yeah.
yeah,
But he added his own little twist to it.
yeah. It's very,
Like,
very.
a fun queer twist to it.
Yeah, it was lots of fun.
All right.
Awesome.
So yeah, check him out as far as a pick too.
Yeah, and I think that's all we got.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming
Yeah,
back.
thanks for coming back on the show.
We'll
Glad to
have
see
you. We'll have you back again soon. Maybe to talk about the Starship Troopers season and how that's
yeah.
going.
Love to do
Yeah.
that.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And Hilton.
I got some anime to watch.
Oh, you do?
I do.
I don't.
Take it from me. I love you.